We are Team eduVape, bringing nicotine addiction control into the future.
Last year, our friend Emily, just like millions of high schoolers across America, started vaping. While at first a surprise, it quickly became the norm. As high school juniors, we've seen e-cigarette use explode. In fact, according to the CDC, over 5 million high school students have vaped in the last month alone.
With this rise in popularity, Emily began to vape with friends and ignored the risks due to a lack of knowledge of the side effects. At first, like almost 70% of teen e-cigarette users, as reported by the National Institute on Drug Abuse, she believed she was just vaping flavoring. E-cigarette companies effectively increase teen usage through a false narrative that e-cigarettes have negligible health effects.
However, Emily began to realize that what had once been a social activity had developed into an addiction. Meanwhile, government advertising campaigns and increased education about the risks of vaping had caused her to realize that vaping was worse than she originally thought, drastically increasing the chance of lung disease, popcorn lung, and even a mysterious disease unique to vaping that has hospitalized and killed teens across America. At that point, she knew she wanted to quit.
Emily isn't a unique case. When the Truth Initiative Quit Vaping program was launched, it gained almost 30,000 subscribers within a few weeks. But quitting turned out to be a habit that is far more difficult to quit than to start.
That's because of nicotine's unique attributes. Within 10 seconds after inhalation, the nicotine travels through the bloodstream to the brain, stimulating the adrenal glands to produce adrenaline and, more significantly, stimulating the brain's pleasure center to produce dopamine. This stimulation creates reward pathways that cause both addiction and tolerance, increasing the amount of nicotine the body craves while making withdrawal a more painful process.
Emily tried to quit cold turkey, but like over 95% of nicotine addicts who attempt this method, was unsuccessful. Weaning off wasn't just difficult physically, it was socially isolating and emotionally draining. After seeing what Emily went through, we knew we had to come up with a solution. So we created eduVape.
eduVape is a novel nicotine dependence treatment system that automatically records, interprets, and displays e-cigarette use information alongside an application. Throughout all stages of testing, our product has always had three components: a physical attachment, a tracking system, and a social connection platform.
The physical attachment consists of a volumetric sensor that slides over the mouthpiece of an e-cigarette. By relating the velocity of the vapor traveling through the opening of the mouthpiece and the length of the inhalation in which the air is flowing, the total volume of fluid inhaled can be calculated. This volume can be transmitted in real time via a Bluetooth low-energy transmitter to an application, which relates this data with pre-entered information about the type of e-cigarette liquid used to calculate the total amount of nicotine inhaled.
There, the application displays the data for the user, allowing the user to see their nicotine intake alongside their preset weekly limit and their goal. The application also uses a machine learning algorithm to determine long-term quitting schedules that recommend an amount of nicotine for each day, slowly tapering off use until the user has quit.
The application's social connection and machine learning abilities make it one of the most unique products addressing the teen vaping problem. In order to increase engagement and encourage the user to decrease e-cigarette use over time, the app automatically pairs users in groups with other users who have similar goals and similar current nicotine intake.
eduVape addresses both the scientific and social aspects of addiction by offering tapering schedules that decrease nicotine use over time instead of all at once. eduVape reduces withdrawal symptoms and makes the process much more simple. Meanwhile, by developing a support system that encourages the user to continue quitting, our product develops a more positive user environment, increasing the incentive to quit while decreasing the pressure to vape.
One of the most important aspects of eduVape is the focus on education. We want to partner with nonprofits and organizations with an interest in ending teen vaping to begin awareness campaigns in local schools. This way, we can expand our user base while decreasing the number of new e-cigarette users.
Our direct competitors are products that track e-cigarette use. These include the Juul C1, Smokio, and the Enjoy Ace. All of these products share one main shortcoming. The tracking is integrated into the device, meaning they are legal for teen purchase. They also can only provide the number of puffs per day, not taking into account differences in inhalation strength or length of inhalation.
Our product can be sold completely separately from an e-cigarette, making it legal for under 18 to purchase. And by tracking the actual volume of air inhaled, it is much more accurate than our competitors.
Our plan to fully penetrate the teenage e-cigarette market comes in two steps. The first step will utilize grassroots marketing within high schools to spread our product person to person. By demonstrating and educating teens on the nicotine intake and their approximate effects, we expect to build a sizable user base within our hometown of Las Vegas while improving the user experience.
In fact, we've already begun user testing of our product within our own school. After developing a minimum viable product, we produced 3 copies and gave them out to e-cigarette addicts we know. One of them was Emily, and we're proud to say that she's reduced how much she vapes.
The second phase of our marketing plan consists of leveraging local market use of our product into possible region and national partners, such as e-cigarette companies. Our team knows that a partnership with such a company would speed up our product development and allow us to manufacture more advanced capabilities at a lower price.
However, because we expect some pushback from e-cigarette companies, we will also pursue other avenues to market. We will approach insurance companies as we see a major win-win for both sides. Our product is cheaper and more targeted than other nicotine addiction therapies, meaning that it's more cost-effective for insurance companies, while we are able to quickly expand our user base.
Our current product combines multiple electronic components from different companies. We plan to develop our own components, which would reduce costs and maximize the efficiency of our device. To launch our product, we estimate that it would take $1,500 to finalize our product's current features in an easily reproducible way, and $5,000 to finalize all relevant patents. The cost of running the app on both iOS and Android devices is $125, and the cost of each individual eduVape device at this stage of development is $15. With an initial inventory of 50 units, this brings the first prototyping round cost to $2,500 before patent costs.
We have gone through many steps of prototyping to get where we are. We started with a non-removable prototype, but after realizing how important it is to make our product removable, we developed a minimal viable product in November. After testing with users, we found that the button was expensive and large. Therefore, we provided a Bluetooth transmitter and a battery in our own 3D printed casing for only $5. This minimal viable product sent emails to us where we manually processed the data. However, over the last couple of weeks, we have begun development of the automatic application button communication, which costs approximately $8.50.
Our team knows that we can have a significant impact on the lives of millions of our peers and can help be the next step in solving nicotine addiction worldwide. We just hope that you will help us do it.